Thanks for tuning into the Conscious Hour. We live in a world of division by politics. So if you post something and somebody has a belief that, let's say, Israel has the right to kill Palestinians, and you post something that they're killing these innocent people, they attack you because they're stuck in this mindset that some country is better than some other country. So I asked the question, how can you be a Christian and be divided that way? You know, the words were simple: thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not judge. Love thy neighbor like you love thyself. But yet we live in this paradox where we're stuck between a left and right. So in the United States, for example, Republican and Democrats, I say get rid of them, get rid of the words. We have to look at what's important, and what's important is life, your family, your home. That's what's important. And if we look at the cultures around the world that have been here for thousands and thousands of years, they lived in harmony with each other. Sure, there was, invaders and stuff like that, but nothing like we've seen since the start of the Vietnam War on. We've had more wars in history around the world for one reason: so corporations can make profits. So we've judged Iran through a lens that's being broadcast from the West, that Iran is the problem. They create a story that, 30,000 Iranians were killed in the protest, which was a total lie. The real numbers was there was 3 million people in protest of the West trying to harass Iran. They were protesting in celebration of their people. They were in the streets celebrating life, and there were some troublemakers, and there were 3,600 people killed. Of the 3,600 people killed, 900 of them were Mossad. They were there to instigate and to get the Western media some feeds so they could keep the game of division. So let's really think about the indigenous people. Let's think about Iran. It's been around for 5,000 years, and there's 8 distinct cultures there. And they've never invaded anybody. They just want to be left alone.
We do not hate you, people of the West. We see you through the smoke of what they call progress. We are watched from across the ocean, from behind their walls. And what we see is a people who deserve better than what rules them. This is not a war cry. This is a wake-up call. Open your eyes, brothers and sisters. The hands that wave your flag are not the hands that hold you. Listen.
We love Americans. We love your soul. The land of dreamers. The brave, the bold. But something sits on top of you. Dressed in your name. Spending your children's blood like a game. We love Americans.
Oh yes, we do.
But the ones who speak for you don't speak for you.
Wake up, wake up.
Before the morning's gone,
They built the cage so slow. You thought it was your home. Yeah, they hand you left and right like two halves of a lie. Different faces, different voices, same agenda inside. One wears a blue suit, one wears a red tie. But behind closed doors, they shake hands and divide. The taxes from your table fund the war you never chose. They name it liberation, but it's oil, everyone knows. They call us terrorists on the television screen, while the real terrorism wears a suit and gets a pension in a dream. They sell your children futures built on manufactured debt. Then send those very children off the wars they'll soon forget. And when the coffins come home, draped in stars and stripes, nobody on that podium is losing sleep at night. The media machine spins before the body hits the ground. A new enemy is needed every time the polls come down. We watched it from Tehran, from Kabul, from Baghdad too. The ones they demonize were people just like you. They said we hate your freedom, but your freedom is our dream. We read your constitution, we know what those words mean. It's the ones who wrote the speeches and then buried what they said, who turned that sacred document into a tool of dread.
We love Americans. We love your soul.
The land of
Dreamers, the brave, the bold.
but something sits on top of you.
Dressed in your name. Spending your children's blood like a game. We love Americans. Oh yes, we do. But the ones who speak for you you.
Wake up, wake up.
Before the morning's gone.
They built the cage so slow. You thought it was your
And just think, all we have to do is come together. All we have to do is have our congressional officials who are elected by us but controlled by AIPAC to denounce AIPAC, to say we will never receive your money again. All we need to do is break the ties of this slavery, of this military-industrial complex that we've been trapped in since Vietnam. We should have learned from 1935 when the book was written by Major General Smedley Butler telling us that war was a racket for profiteering. They learned that from World War I. World War II could have been avoided, but that's a little controversial, so let's just go to Vietnam. Vietnam was a lie. We were in Vietnam in 1952. Why? Because of covert operations, Mossad, CIA, and the French. We were running black tar heroin and opium out of there to fund our off-book operations, and meanwhile we were using the excuse that the South had a puppet president and he was being attacked by the North. Oh my God! Kind of like Iran's the bad guy. Iran's bad? They haven't attacked anybody. Anyways, folks, now you know you're being played, and now it's time to come together. That's what the Conscious Hour is. It's our Conscious Hour to say, excuse me, Beltway bandits, we've had enough of you. Drain the swamp in November. This is the Conscious Hour. Please hit like, share, and if you have some money, donate to the 501c3. I've never received a cent from anyone, but I keep asking because the more I can get for resources, I can bring somebody in as a staff person and help me produce even better videos and do live streaming interviews. Thanks for tuning into the Conscious Hour. And like I said, share it, share it, share it, hit like, and give me your comments because that helps the algorithm. Thanks for tuning in.